was happy to see this past week that the Tories finally unveiled their plan to fight climate change because, quite frankly, the Minister of the Environment, Ronna Ambrose, she'd been blathering on about her secret made-in-Canada plan for so long, I was starting to worry that it didn't exist. But exist it does, and more importantly, the Prime Minister is on board. In fact, Stephen Harper was so excited about this Tory environmental plan, he gassed up the Challenger with 8,620 litres of jet fuel, put a couple of cabinet ministers in the back, and flew all the way to Vancouver to be at Ronna's side. And what did Ronna have to say? Absolutely nothing. The only announcement on the environment the government has made to date, and the Minister of the Environment wasn't allowed to say a single word. Harper didn't let her. You know, I think that's mean of the Prime Minister. Even Hef lets the bunnies say hello once in a while. And so what did Harper say? Oh, well, he did all the talking. He strode up to the podium with the majestic BC mountains behind him, and he made the big announcement. He announced that in the future, there would be an announcement that involved consultation. And it was at that moment it became crystal clear to me the Prime Minister of Canada thinks we're all idiots. In fact, I've noticed lately that every time he addresses the Canadian people like that, he sounds less and less like a Prime Minister and more like a special ed teacher. Now, of course, there's some Tories that say he has no choice. He has to do all the talking. He's got to keep his cabinet quiet because, quite frankly, his ministers are, how do I say this delicately, not very good at their jobs. Now, they may have a point, because quite frankly, the last time Ronna was allowed to speak in public, she attacked the Liberals for wasting $100 million on worthless emission credits, which would be outrageous. Unfortunately for Ronna, Greg Weston over at The Sun looked into it, and her numbers were a little off by, say, $100 million. Turns out, Ronna made the whole thing up to make the Liberals look bad and the Tories look good. You know, in the old days, under the Liberals, we called that lying. These days, under the Tories, that's called action on climate change.